It is a constant challenge and an unending struggle, but the message is clear. Love conquers all.
I'm happier than I've ever been. I am living and surrounded by people that I love and that accept me. And I think that's the most important out of everything. And I think that's actually the recipe for me for my success.
Michael Moffatt is a proud gay student. He says he knew he was gay from the very beginning.
I think I always knew to some extent. I think it really hit during puberty, as it does with most people. Because before that, you don't really know much about yourself in general. But once, you're 10 or 11 and it really starts hitting hard. I'm gonna leave this here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These days, Michael is comfortable with his sexuality. But that wasn't always the case, especially when he decided to tell his family and friends.
Personally, it felt as if it's like when you throw up. It's like at first it feels awful and there's a pain in your throat, but after you feel a lot better but there's still consequences to it. You still have to clean up the mess.
But the mess took on a life of its own.
I think I have a fear of disappointing people, and it almost felt like I was disappointing them. And those fears were confirmed by their reaction.
Michael bounced from house to house in search of stability, security, and support.
It's a little weird picking up your whole life and moving it across town or down the street. I mean, I needed some consistency.
That's never easy. He hasn't really had his own space. He's been schlepping his stuff around from one location to the other.
Each time that you move, it doesn't get necessarily any easier, but it's an interesting dynamic having to rearrange your life every couple of months and introduce yourself to a new atmosphere.
But Michael is no longer a nomad. Thanks to Blake Mashburn and Sean Rawlins, he has a place to call home.
I have a married homosexual couple that live up the street, and I approached them and I said, hey, remember how I have always said you'd make good parents?
They had a lot of extra space. They converted their garage, as most people on that street do, carpeted, insulated, all that good stuff, with a kitchenette and its own bathroom.
They kind of fell in love when they met him. They're like, this is perfect. And so it's a nice little family unit now.
They've almost become like parents to me, parental figures for sure. And having dinner every night, it's really therapeutic, being able to speak openly about your day.
A vocal leader for the LGBTQ community at Buena High, Michael is the president of Spectrum, formerly known as Gay Straight Alliance. It's here at Buena where Michael found his voice and found his friends.
I created this network of people who supported me and accepted me, and that's why I'm not homeless right now. That's why I'm able to live openly and feel accepted, and that's why I'm able to succeed.
In the fall, Michael will leave that network behind as he plans to attend college at UCLA in hopes of becoming a voice for the voiceless.
I'm not sure where that resiliency came from exactly, but he has definitely demonstrated resiliency through situations that other students would have fallen apart.
I would tell someone who's going through what I went through, find people who do support you. Find people who do love you and accept you for who you are. Don't lose hope. Find hope elsewhere. And that's what saved me.